Skål and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and we are playing Expeditions Viking. We're playing on insane difficulty as Thorgrim Ragnar. Welcome back. I do hope that you enjoyed my little the Locust bonus episode where I was speed looting Ribe. That took about half an hour. I sped that up quite significantly. We are a lot richer now. We have a lot more salvage, a lot more hides, about 500 valuables. Food and all that kind of good stuff. So I think it was pretty profitable. We're also able to build the first thing. So what I'll do is we're gonna start building palisades right now. It takes 4 days. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put one of our slaves to build that right like this. Not sure if I can get more wood right away. I might actually have to buy some wood. Not sure how that's gonna work out. One interesting thing that I found during my looting travels is this place. So we're gonna go in. It's just a hut at the edge of Ribe, and it's actually fairly interesting what's inside. So bits of burnt flesh still stick to the effigy. It's impossible to tell what sort of creature it came from. Then we have the table. The surface is marked by charred spots and strange carvings. With dread, you recognize the name of the fire giant Surtr, repeated over and over and over. The hearth is cold as ice, and a thick blanket of mold covers the disgusting remains of a stew. Every candle scattered across the room is ineptly inscribed with jagged patterns and unsettling symbols. We can loot something. It doesn't really have any bearings on what happened in this room. Human feces have long dried around the pot, yet an overpowering stench of urine still lingers to sting your nostrils. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with this. Maybe something happened here. There's definitely a dark side to Ribe. The other thing that we found in the last episode, the cellar, we still got that key. I've been to that cellar again, but I haven't found anything in there. The cellar with the 2 choked kids. And the woman with the stab wounds. I wonder what happened down there. I really wonder. One thing that I should mention is Wolfric Arneson has told me that the 2 people that we found in Skjern's Wood that are debating about finding something, that is actually a quest that we can still get. We have to go to Erlinger's farm and talk to a thrall over there. And he will give us the quest to actually retrieve something valuable from the forest, and I think that's him. A thrall that is, I think, former bandit. So we're going to do that once we return to Skjern. Right. I have no idea what we're going to do with this. The only thing that I have not done yet is this area, because that is the... wait, gotta center the camera. That is the quarrel between 2 rivaling families, and I wanted to do that on camera. We already did it in the Let's Try, but I think it's still really well written, so I'm going to do it in here as well. Plus, we can always use the additional experience points. We also got a couple of experience points during the looting, because we find some cairns. So I have now 29 points, 40 points, 44 points, 41, 45, 38, and 43. I'm keeping these points because I want to go into crafting at some point. And that's kind of my plan with these points, and I'm not quite sure how that works yet. I mean, I've been playing around with it, but I'm not quite sure how we're going to distribute these points, and currently we don't really need it. F, give back the pig, or else. Piss off, model. I already told you I didn't take nothing. My boy saw it. You accursed Halfdensons think you can just... Leave it alone, you senile old shit. Bah, this isn't over. Alright. This is a quarrel about a sow. Hello. The man before you has the robust and hale bearing of a farmer. His crow's feet and graying hair attest that his prime years lay behind him. A fat pig snuffles about in the yard. He leans on the fence and watches you approach. What do you want? Why are you fighting over that pig? He sniffs and wipes his nose on his sleeve. Oh, mortals making trouble? Accusing us of thievery? A frown knits together on his brow as he looks you over. Who are you to meddle anyway? I'm Thorgrim, son of Ragnar, thegn of Skjern. His eyebrows threaten to retreat with his receding hairline. That's a mouthful. Considers for a moment. Maybe you are one to talk them down. I'll clear this mess up. You'll see we're in the right here, so we have to speak with everyone and then make a judgment. So about the pig. He glances over his shoulder at the animal, grunts busily as it roots around the yard for something eatable. You notice notches on the pig's ear. What about it? I'm gonna examine the pig. The hog squeals and scampers back as you approach, watching you distrustfully with beady eyes. There are 2 notches on its left ear and 3 on the right. The outermost cut on the right ear looks ragged and uneven. The pig clearly struggled when it was made. What is mortal's claim? Fleary sucks on his lower lip. Say we stole a hog, cut an extra notch to make it look like one from our 7th litter. Yeah, and what's your justification, dude? Yeah. 2 notches on its left ear, 3 on the right. And the one on the right ear looks ragged and uneven. The pig clearly struggled when it was made. Okay. Is there anyone else I could talk to? He glances at the 2 others in the yard. Cousin Halfdowner and his girl Runwake were here. Anyone else? Thinks for a moment. Builder Stevenson lives in town. Got blood in both families. Alright, so let's talk to everyone and then make our judgment. Let's save it. Let's talk to Runwake. Hello. Before you is a young woman with pale blonde-brown hair tucked demurely under a woven cap. She sets down the bundle of rushes she was spreading in the muddy yard. She doesn't quite meet your eyes when she turns to face you. Yes? My name is Thorgrim. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this pig business. She seems to relax somewhat, though still refuses to look you in the eye. I don't know why they want to fight over something so silly. She glances at Fleary, then at Halfdan. Her nostrils flare and her lips quiver for a moment before she returns her attention to you. Did Fleary steal the pig? She looks at the hawk as it snuffles around and shakes her head. He wouldn't do that. She glances searching at your face. A pig isn't worth fighting for. The Mortelsons should let it go. What do you do? Runwake shrugs, the formless dress momentarily betraying her womanly shapes. I tend the stead, help my mother and aunt with the chores. Tell me about the Mortelsons. Her face flushes and she cups her reddening cheeks. Some of them aren't so bad. If they would just talk instead of holding on to the past. What do you mean about the Mortelsons? The young woman glances at Halfdan and then lowers her voice, blushing furiously. Polny is smart. His voice is like honey, and his mind is quick. If only his father and brother would listen to him. Thank you, Renweg. I'll let you get back to your work. Alright. Yeah. That is the reason why I didn't loot this kind of stuff, is because I wanted to give you that encounter instead of just taking it away from you. So it is now in the series. That doesn't mean that we don't have to loot all this kind of stuff. We need it. We need all of it. There's Halfdan. So let's talk with him. You approach a man whose hard work and plenty have left their marks. There is a stout strength about him, but it carries a prodigious gut. He smiles jovially and runs a hand through his graying hair before offering it to you. Halfdan. Not sure if I want to shake his hand. Thorgrim. Maybe he'll tell us more if we actually are friendly to him. His grip is firm and his hands calloused. Ragnar's son? From Skjern? He sees your questioning look and continues. I did business with your father. More than a few of your houses are built with my lumber. Does the pig belong to Fleary? Halfdan frowns and crosses his arms. That is what this is about? His eyes fall on the hawk. He looks tired. We have plenty. Why would we throw away our honor to steal from the Mortelsons? What do? Halfdan's chest swells with pride and a hint of smugness creeps onto his face. My family has worked the forest outside Ribe for many years. We helped build this town. Okay, tell me about the Modelsons. His face darkens, a sneer tugging at his upper lip. They're a family too weak to stand on its own, so they blame their problems on their betters. The patriarch leans against the wall. He closes his eyes and his hands twitch, as if he's drawing forth memories like water from a well. Mardel's oldest boy fought when Ranghildr was declared Jarl. He was killed in the night. Cowardly affair. He meets your gaze squarely, eyes hard. They accuse my brother Delinge of the deed, falsely, as they do. Thanks, Halfdandr. That's all I needed to know. Actually, there are quite a bit of questions open, but it's a difficult quest to decide. It's always difficult if you don't have all the informations. Let's get some more hides. I think that's about all the things that you can loot in Ribe without stealing from someone. Right. I should actually track that quest. Where is it? The Halfdensons and the Modelsons. So, we're gonna speak with Builder. Gotta speak with Model. Builder is over here. No, that's the Modelson's home. Here's Builder. Let's talk with that guy first. Quest markers are optional, by the way. You can turn them off if you want to over here in the options menu. I think, yeah, display goal markers. I have them on for this just to speed up the pace, and because we already know all these beginning things, I might turn them off if we reach areas where I don't know what's happening, to not spoil myself. But we've already seen this once. I mean, some of you haven't, but I hope I'm still doing a good enough job showing the game off. Builder Stevenson. Let's talk with him. Let's see what he has to say. Builder is busy spearing hay on a pitchfork as you approach. He's nearing the end of his prime years, with close-cut hair and a well-kept beard. He drives the pitchfork into the mud and leans on it. Yeah, who are you? Thorgrim, Thane of Skjern. He raises an eyebrow, his mouth a thin line. No shit! I've questions for you. He sighs and nods at you. I expect you do. There's this fight about a pig. Builder clenches his teeth and looks away for a moment. They're at it again. Of course they are. He levels an even stare at you. Listen, the Halfdensons might be up their own asses, but Mardel's bunch is looking for a fight. They've a dent in their honor and it's festering. The pig is an excuse to pick a fight. Tell me about the Halfdensons. His deep-set eyes search your face for a moment. They run a good timbering outfit and have friends with clout. Supported the Jarl when the king appointed her. About 13 winters past, there was trouble with Mardel's brother Arthur. Halfdander's brother was first thought to have killed him. Turned out he was home with a cold at the time of the murder. Most folk believe Halfdander's uncle was the real killer. Nothing ever came of it. Okay, tell me about the Modelsons. Shakes his head and sighs. Been in town for a while. Come in from Ars and Viborg. Good folk mostly. Mardel's son fell in with a bad crowd though, started trouble. Killed one of the Jarl's soldiers. It didn't end well. Thanks. I'll let you get back to work. Yeah, this is not an easy thing to decide. Right, let's go and talk with Model. So far it doesn't really seem like there is a motive for them to actually take the sow. Why would they take a sow if they have nothing else to do? If they already have a lot of sows and animals and all that kind of stuff. Model Skarpedinson. Okay, let's see what he has to say. A pair of dour eyes regard you suspiciously from beneath bushy brows. The old man before you is lanky and slight, and though most of his lank hair is grey or white, streaks of ginger red remain stubbornly visible. What? I'm here to see a man about a pig. No, wait. Fleary showed me the markings. Mardel's face rearranges into a mask of lopsided anger. It seems to take him a moment to quell that fire long enough to spit out the words. They cut you markings! I'm sure of it! I know that pig is one of ours! How can you be sure? He glowers at you.
When you raise an animal and watch your sons tend to it every day, you can tell.
I'm here to see a man about a pig. His eyes pop slightly as he sizes you up, jaw clenching and unclenching.
Those thieving Halfdensons are trying to take away what little we have. Again!
Slow down, maybe I can help. His eyes flicker from your face to the street and back again, before he visibly relaxes.
You want to help? Haven't come to take something?
Just tell me what this is about. You receive a look of disbelief, mingled with a touch of relief and perhaps even hope.
The Halfdensons, snakes all of them, stole our fattest hog.
He sighs heavily.
They say it was their markings, but the notch at the edge of its right ear was just a small nick. They must have cut it larger.
Is there anyone else I should talk to? He scratches his scraggly beard.
My boy, Summer and Pelney saw the theft.
Can you think of anyone else? He scowls, folding his face into a frown.
A man named Builder lives nearby. He's got ties to both families.
All right, so let's talk with the sons. Pawnee Madison, the star-crossed lover of the of the other family of the Halfdensons girl. Pawnee leans against the wall, content to watch his brother toil. He's a slight man with a wiry bearing and a sharp glint in his eyes. His eyes snap to you during your approach. You get the impression that he's quickly forming a complete opinion of you, and it isn't flattering. Those Modelsons are really straining my voice. All that anger. Are you Pawnee? His nostrils flare and he rolls his eyes, heaving his shoulders in an exaggerated sigh. He pauses for a moment, as though composing himself. An accurate rejoinder to your mundane inquiry would suggest affirmation. Are you using all those big words to make me feel stupid? His eyebrows arch into a mask of sympathy. That your proclaimed lack of mental acuity should inform my exercise of convoluted inflection is merely baseless conjecture. Then surcease that non-germane affectation of pococurentism and enunciate with brevity. A look of unmitigated shock plays across his face. It takes him a moment to pick up his jaw and regain his composure. Well, did I stutter? He doesn't seem willing to look you in the eye for a few moments. When he does, it is with considerable respect. No, you made yourself clear. So, according to your father, the Halfdensons stole a hog. An ugly sneer mars his thin face. It's not the first time they've taken something from us. Can't really do the sneer. His voice drips with bitterness. But they are wealthy and have powerful friends, so the truth is what they make of it. Yeah, did you see it or did you not see it, dude? Tell me about the Halfdensons. He taps his lips for a moment. They killed my brother Arthur because he disagreed with the Jarl's appointment. He sighs wistfully, wearily. We didn't agree with his views either, but murder? They never paid for what they did either. Did he see it or did he not see it? Is the question. Maybe we can get it out of Summer. I wonder if that quest would go differently if I had a higher perception level. I don't know. Let's talk with Summer. Summer towers over you. The summit of his head is cropped and closely cut. And though there is obviously great strength in his bulk, he carries himself in a pronounced slouch. He looms in, deep-set eyes, squinting. An acknowledging rumble thrums in your direction. Hello, Summer. I'm Thorgrim. He nods, and the corners of his wide mouth drag slowly upwards. Hi. Summer's trunk-like arms fall to his side, still grasping the mallet he was using to hammer new fence posts into the mud. Your father says the Halfdensons stole a pig? Did they? His eyes dart toward his father, who seems to be watching you both from across the lot. Our pig. Straightens his back, his voice rolls like thunder from an oncoming storm cloud. Halfdensons are liars. What do you do? He looks at the mallet in his hands and smiles.
Fix things for father. Help little brother.
Tell me about the Halfdensons. His frown somehow deepens, and for a moment you fear that his face might split in two under the weight of it.
They killed my big brother.
I'm sorry, Summer. He looks across the lot at Perny.
Why do they want to take more?
I'll let you get back to work, Summer. Right. I wonder if we're gonna get anything more out of Builder. Wait, we can still speak with Model. I'm not sure if we're gonna get more out of him. Just save. Pair of dour eyes regard you suspiciously from beneath bushy brows. Oh yeah, we already read that. What? He's still angry. Wait a moment. Maybe I can perceive something over here. Maybe the sow is under there. No. It's Charles' hideaway. Oh, come on, please tell me that the sow is under there. I see nothing, I'm blind as a bat. Oh well then. Gotta live with our shortcomings. Hey, maybe Skallagrim will actually tell me something. Hello. Sorry, Thorgrim. Nobody's looking for work right now. As long as the danger persists in the marshes, I doubt you'll find anyone willing to go. Let's talk with Builder again. Maybe he has something else to offer. I remember this being a difficult thing to decide in the Let's Try. And I'm not one step further than what I was back then. So, gonna save. Builder Stevenson. Builder is busy spearing hay on a pitchfork as you approach. He's nearing the end of his prime years with close-cut hair, la-di-da. Yeah, who are you? I have questions. I expect you do. Oh, thanks. Okay, that's nothing else that I can do. I gotta resolve the feud. Yeah. They say that like it's nothing. It's difficult. It's difficult. How do you resolve something like that? Can I ask anyone else? Because you have nothing to say. Some other time then. You maybe? No. That's not a thing. Maybe you know something about it. Oh, yeah, we could sell her the warship. Or we could have these guys break it down into a lot of wood. Perhaps some other time then. What do we do? What do we do with the Morrisons? Is that in here? No, it isn't. I think it's over there, maybe? Gotta look on the map now. Oh yeah, they're over here. Right. Halfdenson's home. Okay then. Actually, no. Over here. We haven't been in that area. In that specific area. There could be something to plunder. I'm just saying. Gotta go over here and then down this area. I mean, the interesting thing is that the pig fears me. The pig is the only evidence that we have, right? Pig is the only evidence that we have. Could someone else have taken the stupid pig? Has it run away? Why would the son of the Morrisons lie? That is the question. They're hiding something. Why would Summer look to his father before he answers? He has been drilled. He knows nothing of the whole matter. Maybe the quest log is a help? No. Stop the feuding Halfdenson and Mordelson families. Resolve the feud. Man, what can I do? A man before you has to bust. Yeah, alright. A fat pig snuffles about in the yard. I gotta make my decision now. Maybe there's a missing puzzle piece. I mean, that notched thing. Yeah, I'm ready to make my decision. Alright, let's just count what we know. A pig has gone missing. These guys have had beef. There's really no motive for these guys to steal the pig. There's really no reason if they already have a lot of cells, whereas the other guys have a bone to pick. So, on the other hand, giving the other guys the pig might actually bring some peace. I don't know. I really don't know. It's I have no idea how to decide this. The only thing that we have is incidental evidence. The whole notch in the ear thing. But can I even trust my perception? Because my perception is really bad. I'm blind as a bat. Builder has ties to both families, and he says the Mardelsons are out for beef. I mean, on the other hand, it might be sort of a justice to give the hawk to the Mardelsons at least. Because everyone is on their side. Everyone is on the side of the Halftonsons. They're well-to-do. They can spare a pig, whereas the others probably can't. It's difficult. It's difficult. We gotta make a decision. The interesting thing is that the text about the old model said that that he has a flicker of hope in his eyes. I mean, he's a guy down on his luck, I think. I'm not entirely sure yet. I wonder. All three of them sign exasperation and return to their work. Okay. She loves the sun. They seem to have only one pig, though. I mean, I thought you guys were rich. Well, maybe they own the whole street or something. Resolve the feud. Resolve the feud. It's a bit of a problem. I kind of feel like I don't have enough hints. Let's talk with Jarl Ragnhild. Maybe she knows something. Before I make a decision, I actually want to I want to hear more what people have to say, and she's probably not going to help me though. Oh, maybe the smith knows something. Actually, now that I come to think of it. Hello, do you have any idea what's going on? He's not gonna help me. I guess Jarl Ragnhild is not gonna help me as well. It's a problem if you're a perfectionist. I want to do this right, and I want to do it justly. I mean, we have to speak with Jarl Ragnhild anyway. Oh, actually, my green screen has a flicker again. That's annoying. I'm sorry if that was a thing the whole time. I do have a second screen open to check that, but I'm mainly focused on the gameplay on the main screen, so I can miss that at times. Let's save it. Hello. Oh, I can resolve this another way than beating the kids or bringing them back to Skjern. I was ambushed near the blacksmith. What? In my town? Do you know who they were? The captain of a docked ship claimed to have received payment from Ragnar of Yelling to take my attackers there. The Jarl scratches her chin pensively. If that is true, Ragna's actions will reflect very poorly indeed on Thane Skule. I will have my people bring this captain to me so I can hear the words out of his mouth. Good work in tracking him down, and thank you for bringing it to my attention. I heard the rumors about disappearances in the marsh. I wish for people to travel safely to and from our city. If this isn't dealt with soon, Reba's reputation will suffer. A bounty of silver belongs to anyone with the courage to seek out and solve this problem. Alright, allow me to deal with this task. Of course. Skeptical followers have gained morale. Without the other guys losing morale, okay. Are you aware there's a group of orphans squatting in some rotting buildings near the market? You mean the rats? So... that seems to be what people call them, yes. The rats are the children of men and women who died in the Battle of Brevalia, fighting against Sigurd Ringr. We tried to take care of them all, but the campaign left too many orphans to manage. They seem to be getting by. Are there any other vacant buildings we could move them into? I appreciate the sentiment, but the rats have been making nuisances of themselves for some years now, stealing from merchants and rampaging through the streets in the dark hours. I don't want to have my men move against them. I suppose I feel some kind of responsibility for them still, but placing them elsewhere in the city will not be possible. So you simply choose to ignore them? That has been my choice so far, yes. If you have a better solution in mind, you're welcome to handle it yourself. Can we evict them by force? If you mean to chase them out of the nest, it won't achieve anything. They'll be back as soon as you're gone. If you mean to fight them, I would advise you take care not to kill any of the children if you value your reputation. Nothing about the Mortelsons, though. I guess she's above a quarrel for a pig. Although, you wouldn't think it. I mean, that is clearly a thing for the court. It's kind of odd. Why would the others submit to my judgment? I don't know. Really got no idea how to decide this. Well, yeah, I think it's getting boring by now, so I gotta move on. Just gonna decide something and then live with the consequences. Chop chop. Resolve the feud. I'm guessing that I'm missing some stats to actually solve this. But since the other guys have been wronged and these guys have a sow to spare, I'd say that I'm going to give that to the Mortelsons, actually. The man before you has the robust, yeah, we already know that. I'm ready to make my decision. The hawk belongs to Model. Return what you have stolen and make peace. Anger darkens his face. His teeth grind as he hisses at you. Never should have let an outsider meddle! You notice Halfdan start behind Fleary, but Runwake puts a hand on his arm and shakes her head. All three of them glare daggers at you. My reputation has increased by 10. Really considers me tolerated. Alright. I mean... piss off, milksop friend of Mortelson. I've nothing more to say to you. But didn't you love the other guy? I mean, I've no idea about the economical situation of the other guys, really. I mean, they do have a house as well. Oh, something to loot. I forgot something. Better take care of it now. Is it the north wind? It is the north wind that lashes men into Vikings. Yeah, I guess so. That is stealing, so we won't be taking from that. There are the mercenaries. Please don't shoot me. Okay, let's talk with Mortelson. With Model. Hello. You helped us when you did not have to, in spite of the gold and influence the Halfdansons hold. There's justice in these lands yet. Thank you. It seems like I decided correctly. I'm not sure it is justice, though. I mean, it was only evidence. It seemed like a pretty odd crime, but oh well. Let's actually have a look into our relations. So, our clansmen absolutely love me. Rebe likes me a fair bit. The Northmen are neutral, I guess. We haven't really encountered many Northmen, apart from the raiders that raided our village. So, As far as I'm concerned, we're enemies. Right, so save it. The only thing that we have to deal with now is the rats and chopping up the ship. Or dealing with the ship in one form or fashion. So what we could do is... could go to this person. Welcoming back, gracious thegn. Are you looking to restock your supplies? I've come into possession of a warship. Don't suppose you're interested? She crosses her arms and looks pensively off into the middle distance. Too bad it's a warship. Could use a freighter to help us carry our goods up the river. Could still work, of course. Clear out some benches, maybe. How much are you looking to get for it? Maybe 200 autog of silver? I'll give you 120. Nah. Suit yourself. My offer stands if you change your mind. So, that's pretty nice. We could either have that, or we could have Gneeply and his father break the ship up. Hello, Gneeply. The young trader with the unforgettable lisp waves excitedly in greeting. So glad to see you again, my highly honorable thegn. Are you looking to peruse our fine selection of metals and hides? Would you be able to chop up an old ship for us? The kid blinks a couple of times, then he turns around to look at his father. Well, sure, I suppose. We haven't done that kind of thing before, but it should be a straightforward job. What kind of pay do you have up in mind? So we could either get 100 wood, you keep half the wood, ship the rest up to Skjern, or I could pay 500 valuables to get 200 wood. So either 100 wood free. I'm actually tempted to pay the 500 valuables to get the 200 wood. That will allow us to build a lot more palisades. I think it's worth more, and it is a really good price, because normally you pay 10 valuables for one piece of wood. So you would pay, what, 1,000 for 100 wood, and we're paying 500. I think that's a fair price, actually. So yeah, we're gonna go for it. Use the wood to build our palisades. It's kind of fitting, though, a really allegorical thing that we're chopping up the ship of the people that raided us to build defenses against future raids. Right. We take the 200 wood. He rubs his chin. Seems like fair pay. Got yourself a deal. After shaking on it, he turns to his son. Run and get your brother, son. Tell him to bring his axe and some friends. Right. So now we got a really big amount of wood, which means that we'll be able to buff up our homestead. Everything that, yeah, like this, for example, uses only wood. We don't really need the money to build this kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of nice. Yeah, we already started building the palisades. I think this will take a little bit of time. I have no valuables to build the other things. And apparently we can build only one thing at a time. So we better, we really need the wood to actually make stuff happen. Right, to deal with the rats. And then we're kind of done here in Ribe, I think. Which is good, I mean, I'm kind of sorry for these orphans, but it's pretty cowardly of Jarl Ragnhild that she doesn't take care of these guys. So I'm not gonna either. It's the responsibility of Jarl Ragnhild. If we accommodate them, they're gonna reduce the prosperity of our village, and I'm mainly responsible for those villages. I'm responsible for Skjern, not for Ribe. So don't really have. I mean, it is possible that we might come across an opportunity for them to live in one of the other maps. It's possible. I could just leave it and resolve it once we've seen all the other maps. Could be a thing, actually. I don't know. Let's have a look at the map. Well, How's our quest log? So the motley herd, we can't solve that before we go into the swamp. Tomb Raider, yeah, we're gonna travel east. That's a thing. For the medicine, we're gonna go into the swamp as well. Hell hath no fury. That is a swamp quest. The rats are still for this one. And the monsters in the marsh. These guys are really difficult, those giants. So I'm going to keep that for the very end of our whole quest line here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna have the kids I'm not gonna hurt the kids. I'm not gonna beat them up right now. I'm gonna do it at the end, at the very end, if I see no other choice. I'm kind of miffed that Jarl Ranghildr doesn't even offer a house or something. Hey, you're the Thane of Skjern. I've heard impressive things about you. Well, kind of nice that these guys are actually reacting to my fame. Could you call it fame? I don't know. Yeah, I want the nearest quest marker to get out of this hellhole. Is this the right way to go? Yeah, it is. Good. So move on up. Yeah, we should. Yeah, over here is the place where we can leave this place. Something. No, I thought there was something else that we could plunder or something. Right, let's leave. We're done here. The seat of Thane Ranghildr and capital of the Danes. I mean, we got the marsh. I could just go and explore the marsh. Not too worried about the timeline. We actually have ample time. I read a blog post or forum post of the developers on Steam where people were discussing the time limit in the game, and they said they've given us ample time for both things of the game. So I'm not too worried about doing this as efficiently as possible. Now if we move over here, we definitely have to camp before we do that. We definitely have to camp before we do that. I think I will. I think I'm gonna keep the marsh for later and return there when I'm done in Skirninger. So let's just move. People will get fatigued, so we have to camp somewhere in the area. Get their fatigue up again. Let's do that. Bathing day. Oh, people have gone hungry. Really? Dude, that's not good. Let's move to that campsite. I'm not going to enter the campsite now. I'm actually going to end the episode here. I'm kind of getting really tired now. Next time we'll camp and then we move into Skirninger. Modelsons and all these kind of people actually really took some voice strain. So I'm going to take a little bit of a pause before I continue recording. But for now, I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. And if you want to see more of the series in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do hope that you join me next time. Thanks and bye-bye.